HAKEEM Olajuwon, what do you remember about him? What is the story that sticks out of all the time that you had spent covering him, almost a decade?
Well, a couple things. Dream was absolutely one of my favorites. One of the things I remember is that Dream is Muslim and very conservative. He was in that looking for a wife kind, behind the scenes, didn't talk about that stuff. But I remember because we were friends and we had known each other, he was very respectful. I remember walking in once and he was putting on his aftershave, after he got out of the shower, he putting dabs on his neck. I said, wow, Dream, that smells so amazing, because I could smell it I wasn't like right next to him, but I was standing up, and he told me it was from a prince in Nigeria. I'll never forget that. He was so funny. I said, wow. And then when I got the first time that it was announced that I was going to be working for NBC, the national broadcast, he said to me, basically what he said was, Lisa, much deserved, long overdue. You are great at what you do, and I'm proud of you and excited for you. I mean, it was like, wow. You realize that he pays attention, and I hadn't said anything to him, but he knew and he found out about it. And then another, Charles Barkley is still a friend of mine, and he's funny, and I love Charles. But Charles is Charles, and he could be very inappropriate in the locker room, meaning just he's loud and brash and just sometimes a little inappropriate. But I understood Charles's kind of sense of humor. He was like a little kid. He's like a 17-year-old boy. And my sister was in town, my sister Linda, and he knew Linda. And he said something out loud about, hey, what's your sister doing after the game? Or, just something that was inappropriate. Well, Dream caught up with me in the vomitory as we're passing I think Dream was going out into the basketball court, and he said, Lisa, you should not let Charles disrespect you like that. I felt really bad because I thought, oh, Dream, what should I have done? But I said, Dream, I know. I said, but I feel like with Charles, you have to kind of roll with it and just let him be himself. And Dream didn't want anybody else to think that it was okay to disrespect me, which I understood what Dream was saying. And honestly, I think it happened after, I think that he was offended by it because John Saunders, who passed away now, he was covering for Toronto because he was a broadcaster for them, the local broadcast. So he happened to be in town, and John Saunders was in the locker room. And when Charles started bellowing out in the middle of the locker room, John didn't really know who I was. I think Dream was worried that other people would think like, well, what is that all about? He's asking about Lisa's sister. What does she go out and they go party with John? No. I mean, Dream knew that wasn't the case. I never went out with the players. He always had my back, and he's just really, it holds a special place in my heart. And he gave me a jersey, a signed jersey, and I only have two, one from Clyde and one from Dream, and the signed HAKEEM is in my son Dylan's room, and Lukey has the other hanging in his closet.
You're listening to Houston Sports Talk.